Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. You're watching Christian Adventure Gamer, and I'm your host, Daniel the Paladin. And in this video, we are going through the final door of the Exit the Game, right? So this is the Advent Calendar, the Intergalactic Race. So we will see what the conclusion is today. So let's go ahead and get down to it and see if we've won or what else we are left to do. All right, let's tackle this together. All right, let's crack this open, right? So we know that the door is actually here where the planet was. Obviously, I tore up a lot of the box in the last video trying to figure out where I needed to go, but it did say that we need to read the day 24 in the calendar book here. So let's go ahead and tear this. Well, let's see if we got to tear it out first. So yes, we got to tear it out. All right. Let's go ahead and move it over to the side so you guys can see it. So we're going to stop right there. Just before you reach the planet at the center of the rings, the inevitable happens. Your rusty spaceship filled with makeshift fuel can no longer withstand the forces and simply falls apart. You hurtle through the air, the DIY airbag pressed tightly to your cheek. With a violent thump, you hit the ground right next to Claus. You look around, slightly dazed. You're on the edge of a huge crater, and you can see from the signs that it's a shortcut. Whoever flies in there will land on Earth just in time to host the Christmas party. You suddenly hear a cold voice. The rabbit, of course. He has climbed down from his sleigh, which is bizarrely still completely intact, and is looking at the wreckage of your spaceship with his paws crossed. Well, without a vehicle, you no longer have a chance of winning, he states, and that means Christmas is mine, all mine, and the best of all songs as well. Distract him, Claus whispers to you, barely audible. Engage him in a conversation. I have a plan. There's the rest of it. What song are you talking about, Rabbit? You start to improvise. Rabbit looks at you as if you are extremely slow-witted. Well, last Christmas, of course, he replies. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Claus crawling around the crater on all fours. Now you understand what he's up to. He wants to hijack the rabbit's sleigh. Rabbit is now in full flow. Last Christmas is the best song since the Big Bang, he enthuses. And it was always meant for me. The guys from Wham had actually composed a song about a rabbit. And just because some record boss thought that there was more money to be made with Christmas, they quickly changed the whole thing to that. It became clear to me if I want to take back the true meaning of the song, I need to control Christmas. The other idiots in the race weren't serious competition for me. Flip it over and see the back. You, on the other hand, were a different prospect, so I had to think of something, but took some planning. A little manipulation here and there, messing with your engine, changing a signpost, the space junk. That was all you ask, pretending to be impressed, flattering the rabbit to keep him distracted. Of course, that and much more. You fought well, but you have to admit it, I was simply brilliant. Claus gives you a sign with a sprint. You dash to the sleigh and jump onto the seat next to him. Brilliant indeed, shouts Claus to the rabbit. But Christmas is still ours. He steers the sleigh up the crater, and with a daring leap, you fall into the dark hole. The last thing you hear is the rabbit's insane howl of rage. I'm sure that's not what it sounds like. It says, now open door 24. Behind you will find one last task. Complete the task, then return to read the conclusion. All right. So let's look at this last task. So we're going to open this thing here. So if you didn't see before, there was the door there. So stop! Do not open! First read sheet 24th December in the storybook. All right. says to Earth, and there's the rabbit sitting grumpily on the crater's edge, right? Okay, now what? I guess we just keep going. Something I could think of. Oh, right here. The IMB has one final task for you. Open all 24 doors. Look at the rooms chronologically. 1, 2, 3. Lastly, the duct. Write down the information to the left of the room. Use it to solve the task. The IMB has one final task for you. Open all 24 doors. Look at the rooms chronologically. 1, 2, 3. Lastly, the duct. It's 1, 2, 3. ... Lastly, the duct, which I'm guessing is here. It says write down the information to the left of the room. Use it to solve the task. What's to the left of the room? Okay, so I guess we'll just do that, right? So there's 1, it's T. And then 2, it was A. 3 would be K. 4 would be, okay, this is where all those letters are coming in. E, so take. Okay, then 5. 5. 5. Be E. Take E. 6. So let's go ahead and do this to the ones that have opened, so that way I know. So there's that. There's 20. Anyway, so 6 is V. And then 7 is E. There's 8. 8 is R. 8. And then 9 is Y. So take every. Drink your Ovaltine. That's what I feel like it's going to tell me, right? So 9 and then 10. There's 11. I'll go ahead and look at 11 sun right there. So H. So where's 10? Oh, there it is. So there's that. This is not in there like it should be. There we go. And then we got 11 and then 12. Where is 12? There's 3. Oh, there's 12. I take this. Take the. And 13 would be. Take thin. 14. Take thing. And 15. Take thing. O. 15. And then 16 was U. Take everything out. And then 17. Yep, take everything out. Out. And so that was 17. Then we have 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 18. And then we have 19. Out of 19. Then we have 20. Where's 20? Is that 20? 20 would have been. It's 20 and then 21. Out of 22. 22 is here of the, and 23 would be B, and then the duct, right? Box. Take everything out of the box. All right, so let's take everything out of the box. All right. And then this right there. It's the sticker sheet. Congratulations. Ooh, there's some language here that's mixed up. Oh, it's those guys that were singing Christmas songs earlier, right? You had to figure out their message. Oh man, I have to go back to figure out what it says. Yeah. Okay. Well, there it is. The sticker book. It's not a sticker book, sorry, sticker sheet. All right, so I'm guessing that's it because there's nothing else that I'm seeing there. So let's go to the conclusion. Oh, there's a lot here. Let's go ahead and take it over so you guys can see it. You dive through the dark crater, seems to have no end. We will never arrive on Earth. You think desperately, then suddenly you begin to see the light. A snowy landscape appears in front of you. A coniferous forest on the edge of a small settlement. Claws, be careful the fir trees, you yell, but it's already too late. Your pilot brushes against some of the trees with the sleigh runners and cuts off the tops. What follows is a spectacular crash landing in which Claus is catapulted in a high arc from the carriage seat and straight into the chimney of a nearby house. Then you end up in a pile of snow. Sighing, you look at the damage you have caused during the landing. It's a shame about the beautiful trees, you think, and look for something on the sleigh to tie the broken branches back on with. Just make them look less damaged. Between the boxes in the sleigh, you find a few fairy lights. They should do, at least for now. A little later, the door to the house opens and Claus comes out. He is wearing a brand new red bathrobe. You look at your pilot in surprise. He has changed so much since you met at the bar. The gaunt guy has become a plump, red-faced man with a thick white beard. Doesn't look bad on him at all. The owner of the house gave me the robe. My clothes were torn and completely covered in soot. He calls out to you, "Nice, right?" In return, I gave him a few little things that I still had in my pockets. Gingerbread from Amico and stuff. When you hear these words, something comes to mind. There's more sweets from Amico on the sleigh, you say, and also other stuff from the various stopovers in the race. The rabbit took something from every place. You silently expect Claus to pounce on the treats immediately, but he surprises you. You know what? He says thoughtfully. Now that we've won the race, I'm in kind of a generous mood. Let's give this stuff away. We can distribute it to the nearby houses, otherwise it will go to waste. And that's exactly how you do it. When you've got rid of everything, you look at Claus, now what? Well, what else? He replies and grins. Tom's bar, of course, and there's Santa in that robe. Thanks to the speed of the turbo sleigh, you open the door to the bar a short time later. Thunderous applause greets you. The room is packed. Everyone stands up and cheers for you. You walk through a line of well-wishers to the bar, where Tom puts a double yippee-ta and a star shake on the counter without being asked. Amazing performance, you two, he says. You grin at each other and click your glasses together. Then Tom, with a movement of his head, draws your attention to a guest 2 seats away. Impossible! It's the rabbit! He actually somehow managed to make it back to the bar on one of the pieces of your wrecked ship. All respect, says Claus, with sincere appreciation in his voice. You're really quite talented, little one. The rabbit looks at you, sniffing, and says miserably, I wanted to have Christmas so much. Oh, rabbit, says Claus, sounding almost tender. How about you host Easter instead from now on? That is also a lovely celebration. The rabbit wipes his tears from his eyes, then nods bravely and says, okay. You give him the very last chocolate balls from Amico, which you find in your trouser pocket. Wouldn't it be melted by now? Goodness. Unfortunately, they softened up during the stopover on Etna and are a little deformed. Okay, so they did melt a little bit. They look a bit elongated now, but definitely still good. The rabbit thanks you politely. That's nice of you. I will put them aside until Easter and then eat them to celebrate the holiday. I should probably hide them well. Otherwise, someone will munch them away from under my nose. So, what do you want to do at Christmas from now on, Claus? Asked Tom. After all, you are now responsible for organizing it. Claus scratches his white beard in surprise. He doesn't seem to have thought about it at all. I think I'll leave everything roughly the same as it was this year, he answered after a while. It was good. Then he looks at you. Are you up for helping too? He asks you. When he sees the astonished expression on your face, he adds, we don't have to complete a race anymore, but I could still use your help distributing the gifts. You would be really important. I can't do it myself, elf. Tom completes the sentence with a laugh, and that seems to be the end of the matter. It's a good thing Christmas only comes once a year. You think to yourself, but actually you're happy. In any case, it will never be boring with Claus. Suddenly, a piercing whistle sounds from the stage, and the entire bar raises its head at the same time. Unbeknownst to you, the rabbit had slipped off his bar stool and stood at the microphone. He seems to have overcome his defeat. In fact, he is grinning slightly diabolically again, and he says, a big round of applause for Team Claus, who confidently won the 24-day Le Mans race. Despite a tricky opponent, this is for you. He signals to the band behind him. They start playing, and the melody immediately sounds familiar. You automatically tap your foot to the beat, though. You hear a panic scream from your left. No! When you turn around, you see Claus jump up and run through the swinging door to the back. Shrugging, you turn back to the stage, where the rabbit is holding a microphone, smiling blissfully, full of enthusiasm, and accompanied by dozens of voices in the room. He belts out, Last Christmas! Even though you would never admit it to Claus, and even though it is probably just because you are finally stress free, this evening it really is the best song since the Big Bang, and you join in enthusiastically. And then the last part, Merry Christmas! All right, so now let's talk about this game. Obviously, I got a nice sticker sheet for completing it. Normally, they give a little pin, so I was kind of sad I didn't get a little pin because these will most likely go to waste. The pin, I have like a curtain that I place all those pins on, but still, I got something out of it, right? And so I think I really liked this one compared to like last year's. Last year's it was like a movie themed one, right? Like you're going through like I think it's called the Hollywood Star or something. I can't remember. But that one, like I felt like the rooms were more balanced. Obviously, I feel like I've beaten this game. A lot of the clues that were given that I had to look at were helpful. Some weren't, right? In the sense like even going through the clues, like because I'm thinking one way, but the game is actually trying to move me in a different way. That was on me. I truly believe there's like they were on me, with the exception of maybe one or two. But yeah, I really like this one. Comparatively to the other ones, like I didn't think I would like this one as much as I actually did. right? So the very first one I did, which was the Golden Book, that one I loved that one. I think this one would be my next one, in addition to that one. So it would be the Golden Book, and then this one, the Intergalactic Race. And so I feel like if you want to get into the Advent series, right, the Exit the Game, that is, like, I'd say this one definitely recommend to others. If you haven't done this one, I should preface it that this clip here of the review will be separate. It'll be in this final video, and it will be separate. I'll edit some of the stuff out just to make it its own. But I want to say, like, if you're on the fence of doing the Intergalactic Race, I'd say try it. It's definitely good. So hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, that's not true. We got one more thing to do. Let's go outside. All right, everyone. We are outside in northern Indiana where there's no snow on the ground currently, especially on Christmas Eve. It saddens me a little bit. But last year, if I remember correctly, it was super cold, so I couldn't even come out here to do this. So let's go ahead and flip the view. All right, so we're in my fire pit area. As you can see, there's the game. So let's go ahead and push it in there. All right. And then we have some paper towel to help get this party going. Let's see if we can't get this going here. So this is what we do. After we completed the game, there's no way we can get this back. Is there even flame coming out? There we go. All right. See if we can't help it along here. Got some other goodies that we need to sprinkle on all the different pages from the days, and the ribbon, everything that needs to be burnt up. Let's see if we can keep it going. Oop, I want to keep those. There we go. Let's move that. And that's how we exit the game, the Advent calendar. Goodbye, Intergalactic Race. It has been fun. Thank you for the journey you took me on. Yeah. It's really going now. Yeah, nice toasty fire. Everything burning up. All right. Thank you so much for joining me through this journey. I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and your families, and I hope that you guys have an awesome new year. Stick around for more of content that we have coming up throughout the year. Hope to do more this year. And look forward to just being able to play games, do some unboxings, and get back into the things I like to do. All right. Again, Merry Christmas, and thanks for tuning in.